just like I had in my 20s. I trust no one more than Neutronics Labs, backed by my good friend Dr. Bruce Fong. Give them a try. Order Man's Edge right now for your low T and get a free bottle of IGF-1 for men or women to help with the anti-aging process we all deal with. Over 10 million bottles sold and 25 plus years in business. You should feel as comfortable as I do for your optimal health. Visit and order today at neutronicslabs.com/Sanchez. That's neutronicslabs.com/Sanchez.
Stories of hope.
I'm very hopeful we're all going to stay united.
Ordinary families, hardworking Americans would pay less.
Stories of optimism.
There's a lot of good things in here.
Good stories.
This is good. A good story for everybody.
This is a good day for America.
On KDON.
I'm going down the rabbit hole.
It's time to dive deeper.
It's happening again.
They want to keep us divided so we don't realize they're chipping away at our freedoms.
We really thought through the cause and effect of our choices.
Tonight, one man will hold back the tide of sinister forces that threaten this great nation.
This isn't about politics. It's about truth in a culture built on noise. Can I get an amen?
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Yes, we can. Broadcasting live from Las Vegas. Independent, unapologetic, and unfiltered. Steve Sanchez.
Thank you, Greg Erringer. Steve Sanchez with you. Glad to be here. Lots to get to, and let's just go ahead and piss off the Democrats more than we already piss them off. And how am I going to do that? By making it very clear that two brand new polls that have come out have shown increased Republican support for President Trump, even in spite of the Iran war, which we're going to talk about here in a moment because it looks like we got some successes that are happening in front of us. So these polls basically show that the mainstream media is lying, as they usually do. The legacy media lying, as they typically do. There's supposed to be this rift, right? This growing rift between MAGA and Republicans, which I don't think even exists. I really don't like the term MAGA. I don't like the term America First. I like the term conservative. You're either a God, family, country, patriot, or you're not. That's just how I see it. Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. So even though the corporate media propaganda is out there marginalizing Trump's successes and his victories, saying that he's not successful, the party is in disarray. Here's what two polls are saying. One of them is the Economist YouGov poll, shows increased support for the president. 82% approve, with a 14% disapproval rating. Let me say that again. 82% of the Republican Party approves. Okay. Now, the Quinnipiac poll shows 81% approval. Okay. And that's a far left poll. So let's be real. It's not like we're grabbing Republican talking points. We're giving you even lefty polls that are showing the Republicans are more united than the corporate media propaganda wants you to believe. It's just true. Now, according to President Trump, and here's another slap in the proverbial face of the Democrats, according to President Trump, Iran has agreed to everything, including reopening the strait, which it now is open for business once again, and not enriching uranium. Let me say the last part. Not enriching uranium. Okay, stop. I thought there was no uranium. I thought Tucker and Candace and Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes and Megyn Kelly and the corporate media propaganda, I thought there was no uranium, that it was a lie from Bibi Netanyahu, that Trump was under direct marching orders from Bibi Netanyahu, that he went in, based upon Bibi Netanyahu of Israel, because this was Israel's war, and the United States of America was just taking marching orders from Israel. So why would you agree not to continue to enrich uranium if there was no uranium? How the hell does that work? I mean, how the hell does that work, right? Sorry, my lefty friends. You are all wrong again. Don't you get tired of being wrong? I mean, right? Don't you get, I mean, look, it must be pretty difficult for you. And I'm not just talking about my lefty friends. I'm talking about Republicans. I'm talking about independents. I'm talking about this constant, never Trumper agenda. I hate to say Trump derangement syndrome, but I have to be honest with you. I think people absolutely have a very large dose of TDS. It drives everything they say, everything they do. And I'll be straight with you. The only cure for it, really the only cure, is to do one or two things. Here's my opinion. You can go to a Catholic church and have holy water thrown on you and have an exorcism done to get those damn demons out of you. Number one. Or number two, you can just go to an old school evangelical church like I like and have the preacher freaking deliver the demons right out of you. A deliverance. That's it. Because there's no pill, there's no vaccine, there's no jab that's going to get you to get rid of TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. No enriching uranium. That is what Iran is saying. And President Trump said the deal's close. There's no sticking points left. They are just basically, in essence, waiting for the ink to dry. Now, could something change tomorrow? 2 days from now? 3 days from now? Sure. I doubt it, though. I really doubt it. You want me to tell you why? Because Iran does not want to be leveled. It's simple. I mean, right? They said this guy is worse than frickin' John Wayne. The John Wayne president we had. Who was the John Wayne president? By a show of hands, anybody know? Ronald Reagan. Everybody used to be scared to death of Reagan. They called him the John Wayne president, that he was going to push the button, he was going to start World War III. And I mean, right? I grew up in that era. I'm a Gen Xer, I'm 56. So I grew up in this Cold War era where we would have drills where we'd hide under the freaking desk. Like that was going to prevent us from a nuke. That's how stupid we all were then. We weren't educated. We didn't have Chat GPT. We didn't have this intelligence, this artificial intelligence. We didn't have the internet. We basically just had our own scruples. And here's the reality. They told us kids, get under the freaking desk. Okay, well, I'm sure nuclear radiation would melt right through those desks and turn us into putty. But, they had to say something. They had to have some type of plan back in the day. And that was the plan. Right? I mean, let's be real. And anybody that knows, because you grew up in that generation. I did. I mean, that's the reality. Oil reacted favorably to this too. The price per oil fell considerably. We'll talk about that a little later in the show because it is our Financial Friday. We do this the third Friday of the month. So later on, Rick Geiler will be joining us in the second hour, taking your calls. So make sure you got your questions. Don't waste any time. Don't ask things that are silly. Ask things that are important, that scare the hell out of you, that keep you up at night from the Wall Street manipulations. We're going to talk to him in the next hour, bottom of the hour, the next hour. So make sure you stick around through the show because you definitely want to be part of this. A lot of people don't understand why I do what I do. I'm a commentator. I'm a conservative. We talk politics, we talk culture, and a lot of times people don't understand why I bring financial guys and stuff on. It's because I am the only one in talk radio that was a financial advisor. Number one, doesn't pretend to be. I actually was a financial advisor, a real financial advisor for 25 years. And in 2008, I was named who's who in America as a financial advisor, one of them. That's fact. Verifiable fact. Okay? So with that said, I like to make sure that I bring truth, relevancy, and solutions to you based on what I know, based on being on media, being connected to DC, being connected to Wall Street, and a variety of other things. This is why I do what I do. Other talk show hosts wish they could do it. They can't do it because they don't have the expertise that I have to be able to help you. That's why. So in case people are wondering, scratching their head, why does he do this? Well, because people need to have truth, and people need to have solutions, and people need to get their financial house in order. And that's what politics is all about, baby. So let's not just have talking points and regurgitate what everybody else talks about. Let's have real life solutions, right, to what's going on so that you can better your life and not just rely on Social Security at the ripe old age of 65 when you retire. That's it. Simple. All right, this segment brought to you by our friends over at the Attorneys on Retainer. Here's another. Look, great company based out of Phoenix, serving the country, all 50 states. They're a law firm. The only law firm exclusively dedicated to self-defense cases. And based on what we see on TV, we hear anarchy, we see anarchy. You never know when you're going to be put in a self-defense situation. The Attorneys on Retainer can help you. It's simple. I'm going to make it easy. I'm not going to sit here and go through this big infomercial. Just go to attorneysonretainer.us/Sanchez. You can read and see for yourself why this is crucial. That link, attorneysonretainer.us/Sanchez, gives you an immediate $25 off the sign-up fee, a little better than $1 a day for peace of mind protection, especially if you're a Second Amendment proponent. Go there now as we go to break. Phone lines will be open in the next segment. We'll start taking your calls. Lots to cover on the show tonight. Make sure you stick around. I'm Steve Sanchez. We'll be right back.
Dreaming of a relaxing retirement but need the roadmap to get there? The Asset Preservation Hour with Stuart Willis can help you build the path. Saturdays.
What is going on? Hope you're enjoying the show. That was the first segment of the radio program based right out of Las Vegas. We're in our undisclosed bunker studios. Always great to hang out with every one of you. But we're going to bounce. It's Friday. We'd like to give you a little glimpse into what we do here. But the good news is, you can still hang out with us. How? Simple. I'm going to give you a few ways. Right now, as you're watching this on the socials, you can go up to my link, thestevesanchezshow.com. You can click that, and you will be listening live to the rest of the show this evening. Live call-in show. You can call in. You can be part of the program. It's going to be a great show tonight. Or you can go to the Odyssey, iHeartMedia, or TuneIn apps. Download those apps, easy on your mobile device. Boom, listening to the show. We're going to take clips that we literally, based on this first segment, we're going to post them tonight. So if you want to check that out, like, subscribe, share, comment, do all of the above. We do appreciate you. And we're glad that you hang out with us on Friday. We'd like to keep it short and sweet, but we will still be on radio for the next, hour and 45 minutes. So make sure you stick around. And we are grateful that you're hanging out with us just for a bit. And we'll be back. Peace.